Okay, the Flying Eye Hospital, of course, is an aircraft. It's an MD-10-30. But the big transformation was taking it from a freighter and installing a state-of-the-art hospital inside. We have artificial intelligence. We have the capability to data link or uplink our surgeries live. Some of the highest technologies and equipment we have. Basically, we can do any surgery from the lowest capability all the way up to the highest capability in any hospital in the world. We've had to add a classroom because we are a teaching hospital. And that's one thing that I think is really important to grasp from this is that we're actually a hospital where we pass on the skills. So the front of the aircraft was modified to make a classroom, although it doubles as a passenger area. But then it goes on, we have added an admin room, finance, we have AV and IT throughout the airplane. Then we go into our laser room, which doubles as a simulation room and also patient care. Past that, we have the state-of-the-art operating room, going on to our sub-sterile, soil cleaned area, on into our recovery. But throughout the airplane, you'll see the technology that we use to be able to pass the skills to the individuals for which we're working with in these countries. When we made the NB10, one of the considerations was with the two previous versions of the Flying Eye Hospital, we realized that because the hospital was part of the aircraft, it was a supplemental type certificate, and the hospital was part of the plane, we knew if something happened to the plane, we lost both a plane and a hospital. So when we come up with the idea with the current Flying Eye Hospital, the MD-10-30 that we're in now, we realized the only way to do that is to separate the hospital from the plane. It did two things for us. It allowed us to have a certified hospital, but we kept it separate from the plane so we didn't have to certify it as a plane. It's actually freight. It sits on a pallet. It's palletized. And now we can actually remove it, work on the airplane, upgrade the hospital, put it back in, and away we go. Basically, we're pretty much self-sufficient. But some of those materials that we use, even though the hospital is not necessarily certified as an aircraft, we still used aircraft materials. So we used aircraft hardware, we used aircraft aluminum, we even worked with aircraft engineers to make sure structurally we were good. Pretty much on an annual basis, we go through inspections, of course, on the aircraft. So there are some refurbishments that come with that. Throughout the time frame, we have to go through, change the flooring, the carpeting, sidewall panels. But one of the things that happens up recently is every 2 years we go through a C-check. So on those C-checks, a little more in depth. So every 2 years we end up having some need to replace some of those things. But coming up here in 2022, we have a major C-check that has the structural items, the 72-month cards, that we have a detailed inspection of the interior skin items, and our hospital happens to be in the way. So we're going to have to remove the hospital for the first time, and it looks like it's going to be removed every 6 years now is the cycle we're going to be on. So during that removal, we certainly are going to end up in a situation where we have to remove the NTF, the Kydex on some of the sidewall panels, the overhead bins, the carpet and the floor, the leather seating. The refurbishment, certainly going to refurbish the hospital as well, going to upgrade all those kind of things.
I'm really excited to get back and work in person, shoulder to shoulder with our partners here in the hospital. We're looking to do that in the second half of 2022. We're already discussing this with our partners, making sure that we do the best in patient care and our team safety. One of the things that I want our teams and our partners and our sponsors to realize, our mission has not stopped. Our country teams are going out in the field every day. We're working with our partners on CyberSight. The entire Flying Eye Hospital team is now giving training through CyberSight, our distance learning e-health portal. I could not be more proud of how we've pivoted and now continue our mission through virtual reality, through technology, through CyberSight. We really are the thought leaders in distance learning, telemedicine, and wet lab training. We literally are now using CyberSight to help our partners in the operating room, even though the mentoring doctor could still be in the United States. It's exciting to see how we've always been leveraging technology at Orbis, whether that's first putting in a hospital on an aircraft back in 1982 and taking off to see the world and help the world see, We truly are driving the future, and this plane is still beating the heart of the organization and the team. Without our partners, our mission stops. We've had a very difficult year. The good news is we're fighting through. We're getting the support from people like you, from our corporate sponsors, that we're going to get through this COVID tunnel. We're going to be stronger, better, and we're already paving the way for a great 2022. So again, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. You guys make everything we do possible, and setting the stage and the runway for when we next take off with the Flying Eye Hospital to see them and hug them in person.
That you are actually going with us. You're part of saving sight worldwide.